I really like to call myself I'm an Aurovilian. You know, mother chose me because we should feel proud that we had the possibility to meet ourselves. Auroville is my home. My mother was a 6-year-old girl and she attended the inaugural ceremony and as a bioregion girl. So she still remembers the day that she saw this group of people who are coming. She was not able to understand. So consciously and unconsciously, I'm here since day one of my physical manifestation. And then I was raised in Chennai. So, and then a decade ago, after spending a lot of time in India and abroad, I came back home, and in extension, I came back to Auroville actually. And then in this 10 years, in the beginning, I was what attracted me to Auroville is this spirituality, but in an international setting. There is no, it's not like, I never felt like I'm entering a personality cult or something like that. So Auroville was an invitation. I started coming for performances, I started coming to volunteer with Buddha Garden, I started coming to do some yoga and here and there, and then slowly I think the Auroville that was inside of me got awakened. And then so I arrived and I became an Aurovilian few years ago, and this is how I arrived to Auroville as a bioregion person. So when I came to Auroville in the initial years, because I had a corporate career, an amazing corporate career, but it has to end because it was not sustaining the truest self that I am. But also it gave me a lot of base from which I can work with. And then when I came to Auroville, I started attending some yoga classes. One day I clearly remember, one day evening we finished the yoga class and we all came out, and I looked at my friends who did yoga with me, and it was in serendipity, and then I saw this glow and joy in everybody's face. I said, I wanted to bring this to people. This joy is what I wanted to bring it to people. And when I spoke with Elena, and she was like, why don't you become a yoga teacher? As if like I was waiting for this flick. And then I immediately went to do a TTC, and then everything just flowed as if it was always supposed to happen in that way. Yeah.
Where did you do TTC?
I
Who was your teacher?
My TTC I did as in from the asana aspect of things. I learned it from Shivananda from Neyardam, Kerala. So that's my that's my asana practice of it. Yeah, and also I practice Kalaripayad and Karlakattai, and which is from Kalarigram. My Guruji is there, and also Sri Aurobindo's world opened and included me into the integral yoga. So I feel like I've been supported by all the traditions that made me to grow up with. And also I come from a traditional family of Shaiva Siddhantam, so there has been this philosophy that has been ingrained in me all through the years. And this coming into Auroville, coming into Auroville life is something that made me to bloom. It's like, imagine the electricity is already there, the switch is connected, but somebody has to flick the switch so that the fan can go on, and that flick happened for me in Auroville. What Auroville has not given me. Yeah, so as I was mentioning, I have this corporate career. I studied mechanical engineering, and I've done my MBA in business management and operations. So I have been always working in business development and business operations in India and in Netherlands. So these are the two places that I worked. And then I came to India thinking that okay, that time of my life has gone. So now I need to reinvent myself. And then the Auroville's charter, it's very clear. Auroville wants to be a place of unending education. It's a place of unending youth. And my name is Bala. In Tamil, Bala means young. I was like, this is the place. And immediately, as I was mentioning, my life with yoga started. I started experimenting by volunteering in Buddha Garden, in Oro Orchard, in other units, and then I realized that my true calling is to bring physical health, the culture of physical beauty into people's life. So that was a very clear purpose that drove me. And then second, I'm not a father and I don't intend to be a father, but I am working in childbirth. and childbirth activities. As you know, in the last 3-4 years, I'm associated with Morning Star, which is a midwifery-led natural birthing center here in Auroville. And then I did a research with them on how including fathers, supporting fathers is changing the birthing outcome. And I'm now offering classes to fathers. I have a conversation with them. I hold space for them. And this is impossible with the degree that I have in the real world, outside world. But in Auroville, this is needed, this is demanded of you, that I have an experiment like this. Yeah, and then also I did work with food. I'm also part of Hemp Planet, and also I started working with units like Eye and Eye Connection. There are a few other food units, because that is also an experiment. So Auroville demands you that you experiment with your life. It is not like you come here, I have a degree and I have to sustain the same degree. No, Auroville gives you that possibility to experiment on yourself, and this is something that Auroville has given me. So last 5 years, for me personally, this is when I made a conscious decision. It's around COVID that I made a conscious decision to make Auroville as my base, because I realized that I was looking for whatever I was looking in the external world is existing inside Auroville itself. Be it Kalaripayat, be it yoga, be it spirituality, be it entrepreneurship, be it anything. I felt that I had this need. So basically the 5 years question that you're talking about my initial times. And then one thing that became clear, of course, we can always talk about all the shadows, and there is definitely a shadows, but I felt that this is a crucial bridge time for me, because I had the joy of learning from the pioneers. Yeah, because the founding fathers, including you, for example, there was this founding people who have met mother in person. So I had this possibility to work with them, to speak with them, to have breakfast with them, to have lunch with them. So this 5 years has been that crucial part. Yeah, so because I feel this is because the gender is changing, and then the outlook of Auroville is changing. There has been something else that has been expected out, but this bridging is something that I think was happening in the last 5 years. Yeah, so that I received a lot of how this, for example, small things like the small sacrifices, the small words that people have used, how it has affected. Because one small decision 20 years ago, we can clearly see that as a physical manifestation now, and you can see that why that building is there, or why this program is there, why this is like this, why we are doing this. I find that this 5 years helped me to gather that, to have that. Of course, we can always say that there is an involvement of energies that maybe is pushing us to go forward very, very fast. The very, very uncomfortable things are happening. There are many layers that the humanness that's coming out in external world is happening. But at the same time, being a positive person, as you said, when I came in, I do have this positive outlook on how I look at it. And this 5 years definitely has helped me to be in touch with what Auroville actually is. Auroville is definitely not buildings. Auroville is definitely not this. It's the pioneers, it's the people that is helping us to go deeper within ourselves. When I hear this pain and when I see the suffering, of course, there are pain and suffering. There are things that was not warranted. There were things that went beyond what is supposed to. But again, it only proves that the person or the action that happened is not evolved to the level that he intended it to be. But for me, I'm very clear that I'm a mad scientist. I'm the test subject, and then the rules of the experiment keep changing. And because the evolution cannot happen and cannot happen without that. Yeah, so for me, every day is like, okay, new regulations, okay, new things, newer things. Okay, that's one of the things. Okay, how I can change myself. Okay, what are the things that I could do? And I think this is something that I wanted to tell people, that you are here as an experiment. don't only expect that you will be treated only in your own way. You are a subject, recognize that, and then it becomes easier. You're like, yes, okay, I will be experimented upon, let's go with that, let's try to arrive what was other person's expectation, and then we try to grow together so that we evolve as a thing. So this is how I saw the last 5 years, and it kept me sane. And it kept me coming back, and everybody knows my love for Auroville, and my intention is always to bring, of course I do travel outside of India, and then I'm proud to come back. I'm proud to talk about Auroville. Of course there are some elements of it, but when you comparatively, you're talking about a 80-20 principle. 20% is supposed to be evolving in a different range than the rest of the 80%, and that is should be accepted as norm and should not be treated as something completely bad. Nothing. When you have because I made a conscious decision to be here. I had the possibility not to be in India. I have the possibility not to be here. I made a conscious decision to come to Auroville and to enter this experiment. When I come with that expectation, when I start taking that responsibility, of course, there is, as human, I have a fear. I do have, like, I'm thinking about my future, I'm thinking about many things. Of course, this fear is inherent, but I also know that because, as I was mentioning, I'm doing things which is unimaginable in the rest of the world. Being part of a Morningstar team, being a yoga teacher, and because of the Mother's grace, I was able to do it. Whether it was easily handed over to me in my hand, no. I had to struggle, I had to work, I needed to go through the hoops and jumps of all the regulations. So of course there is this fear, and there is this bit of an uncertainty. But I made a conscious decision, and I am responsible, and it is not worrying me at all, because I am sitting here contemplating about this question. Because if I've been worrying about it, I could be worrying in my room, or I can do something about it. So worry definitely I don't have. I am a bit conscious, and then there is a human, the uncertainty, but not definitely a worry. Yeah. I think, as I was this space, like, for definitely dialogue or conversations or people is something that is Auroville. Yeah, we should not take this out of the question. Yeah, we should have dialogue. We should always try to be open. When you are looking at people, you also I always tell, there are certain things that has happened. It's not because they were an expert and then they're trying to do. They're also, maybe they are not aware. Maybe they're not evolved. They could have done it in a softer way, that's for sure. But they're also trying. Maybe so we should not carry this, we should not carry one, guilt. The second one is anger. And I think because we have both, because okay, I did something wrong, okay, so now I will go under the ground and put my face under. So that is also something that we should try to avoid, because we are also learning. For example, a dialogue is something that people should always be open about, so that there is always a conversation. Because Auroville didn't happen because everybody agreed from day one. Auroville happened because everybody disagreed from day one. Yeah, it's always about the quality of the conversation than the quantity of the conversation. It's again the quality of the people, the quality of the numbers rather than the quantity. So we needed to give credit to what has happened, because I believe in time-tested strategies. Why I love yoga? Because it's worked for 2000 years. I'm sure that it will work for 20 years of my lifetime. I'm sure. The same way, if Auroville worked for 55 years, I'm sure that it will work for another 500 years. Yeah, this is something that we need to acknowledge, and we always needed to be open to say sorry when we have done something wrong, and to forgive when we are able to do it, and meet in a common place of communication and conversation. I think this is something that I believe that we should bring back into our culture. Yeah. We have. Oh, we have all of us, See, especially I have nephews and nieces in their teen and young adults. When I look at them from where they are, the expectations, that the unreal expectations that they are going through outside world, and how we are not pushing that. A person can choose X amount of time and experiment on it, and if it's not working. So this is something that young talents should utilize, should enjoy it. We have created a place where I could be a yoga teacher one day, I could be a chef the third, second. Okay, don't change careers at least within 3 years, 3 to 5 years at least, definitely try to do it. But at the same time, here you have a possibility to meet you, the real you. Yeah, you hear the voice, because what happens in the outside world is it's so noisy that you kind of don't have possibility to hear yourself. Here you get the possibility, and you are going to work hard. Definitely this is not a spa, this is not a place where you can come. There are amazing cafes, there are amazing places that you can hang out, you can go to a concert every day, you can meet people from international world. But hard work needs to be there. Without hard work, without discipline, young generation is not going to be there. So you come here to meet yourself, work on yourself, and then so that you can bring it to the next generation. This is how I see how young people should look at Auroville. Be proud. For me, I really like to call myself, I'm an Aurovilian. You know, mother chose me. I had the possibility, because we should feel proud that we had the possibility to meet ourselves. Yeah, so be proud and enjoy it and share it and be generous. For example, yeah, generosity is not like I'm going to give you 100 rupees to everybody. No, generosity is smile. So I think we need to be proud. I think this being an Aurovilian is not a status symbol, it is a responsibility, and be proud for that responsibility. And I think this is something that I would like to